Welcome everyone, this is Matthias ROEDER speaking, and this is our session on music and dance for everyone to join. We also have a film topic, and so I'm changing the title of the session to Music, Dance and Film for everyone to join. I'm extremely excited to be chairing this session today. I want to thank Anna, Michael and Martin from the Zero Project for featuring this important topic today. You know that being creative is absolutely essential for us humans. To make music, to dance, to write, photography, painting, being creative in everyday life makes us healthy, it makes us happy, and it makes us innovative. The World Economic Forum has declared creativity one of the top 3 skills in the world today. The Adobe Creativity Study has found that 75% of all company leaders say creativity is the #1 skill in the world. The people with me on stage here are all working towards making music, dance, creativity, art accessible to everyone. And I think this is central, it is laudable, and I'm so happy to have all of them here on stage with me. So please give them a warm welcome before we get started with individual presentations. Great. It is a room which is a little bit intimidating for us on stage. So we welcome you here as our audience, and we want to invite you to ask questions and discuss with us after the presentations. So please feel free to raise your hand, to make yourself heard when you want to ask a question. We're very happy to discuss with you. I want to start with Zarko and Renata on my side here. A fascinating project from Novi in Serbia. They have started, and I need to open my notes here, a music workshop and an orchestra for youth with disability. This is a project hosted at the primary and secondary boarding school Milan Petrovic, and we're very excited to hear about this now from Zarko. Please welcome Zarko.
Thank you, Matthias. At the very beginning, I would like to say just a few words about our organization in general. Daycare Center for People with Disabilities is a part of the Milan Petrovic School from Novi Sad, Serbia, and the primary mission of the school is to bring up, educate, support, and empower children and youth with all kinds of disabilities from birth to inclusion in the community, following their needs. And within the center, we have initiated music workshop for person with different kinds of disabilities based on use new technologies. The workshop started in 2013 and with 3 active participants, and in 2017 that number grew to 15, and in 2023 the workshop has 30 participants. The main objective of the projects is to foster cultural and art creation of young people with disabilities in the field of music and their inclusion into the cultural life of the community through active creation and performance of music. Very important goal of the project is to enrich the social life of our participants through participation in public events and concerts. The educational and rehabilitation segments of the project are also very important for improvement of their life in general. Through the workshop, we developed the methods for the work with people with disabilities who had no musical education and opportunities to practice music at all. The innovative aspect of our project is reflected in the use of new technologies in the field of music. The work of music workshop is based on use of assistive sensor technology and electronic devices such as sound beam, MIMO gloves, Beams Interactive, and some more music applications and software which enable people, even in people with low mobility, to take an active part in creation and performance of music. Dealing with music in the case of people with disabilities is very limited by their functionality. Some of them cannot use traditional musical instruments, but new technologies are breaking down those barriers and completely democratizing music and making it accessible for all in that way. And the general impact of the project was achieved through inclusion of people with disabilities as active participants in cultural life and the realization of their creative potential. The specific impact on participants is reflected through developing their musical skills, empowered motivation and motor functionality, improved quality of their life in general. Another indicator of the impact in the local community is increased visibility of people with disabilities as an active actor of the cultural events. The Good People Orchestra was formed within the workshop in 2016, and it is made of people with different kinds of disabilities. The orchestra had many public performances at public spaces and some public events and festivals independently and with support of professional musicians, various genres. Few words just just a few words about our participants. Some of our participants, example, traveled abroad for the first time regarding the participation into public events and concerts. Some of them flew the first time by plane, and those events are great life success for some of them and remain as their life's memory. Those events are always very emotional for both, for them as a participants and for us who work with them, and they make us very proud and satisfied with the work we do. The music workshop has been financed from the very beginning through projects at local, international level. The workshop received funds from public calls of Serbian Ministry of Culture, the city of Novi Sad, and Serbian Organization of Music Authors. Also, we received some funds several times through European projects, IPA, cross-border cooperation projects, and from regional office from EU Cooperation of Western Balkan. The sustainability of the project is based on resources that we manage. The school space is used for workshop activities and orchestra rehearsals. New equipment is procured through that projects that I spotted already, and every year we have new users who they are coming to our daycare center, and some of them, among them is there are those who are interested in participating in the music workshop. And we constantly monitoring the progress of new technologies and update new equipment, software, applications that can be useful for our users and useful to create music. The number of users increases from year to year, and we have a need for more people to help us with the work, including experts, medical staff, and others. That is some challenges that we facing in our work. And one of the most important steps that we plan in the future is to form a network of music workshops for people with disabilities across Serbia based on the use of new technologies, because in this way it will be possible for people from smaller communities to actively participate in the cultural life of their community, and that will lead to their integration into society and improve their social life. Also, that would be enable establishment of national inclusive music festival that could expand maybe and become a regional festival. For example, we have cooperation with many inclusive orchestras from Europe, from here, from Vienna, from Portugal, from Germany, and we planning to expand the network of organization with which we would like to cooperate at the international level. That is all about our work. I'm truly regret because we had a short video that explained our work visually and audio, but it is not good uploaded, and we didn't we don't see now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zarko. Very fascinating. I can already see that there will be a cooperation with the Karajan Music Tech Conference on what you are doing, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, but I just remember to say that maybe some of you watched the performing of our orchestra a few days before in the foyer number 1. We performed with whole orchestra with some support musicians here.
Fantastic. Now, we're moving on to film, and it is my great pleasure to present to you Ravit TURJEMAN. She is the International Director of the ReelAbilities Film Festival in the United States of America. The floor is all yours.
Thank you very much. My slideshow is going up. Thank you. So I'm very pleased to be here among all these fantastic projects and innovations over the last 3 days. It's really been fantastic and insightful to hear all the presentations and meet all of you wonderful people and projects. So I'm here to speak about ReelAbilities Film Festival. My name is Ravit TURJEMAN from New York, USA. Let me see if this works. Yes, so ReelAbilities is a film festival that was founded in New York in 2007 and quickly became the largest festival in the US and actually in the world, promoting awareness and appreciation of the lives, stories, and artistic expression of people with disabilities. I'm saying that it became the largest in the world as we have an international program that basically replicated the New York Festival, where it started, and took it to currently 17 other cities throughout the US, Canada, and Mexico. The festival, we basically pursue our mission of promoting awareness and appreciation and changing perceptions through film. And we do so by 5 core principles, by pursuing 5 core principles. Let me pass here as well. So first and foremost, our first core principle is exceptional films. So we do not necessarily show the typical hallmarky, inspirational type of films, after-school programs films. We really show, first of all, the highest cinematic quality work out there on the topic of disability, or in fact, oftentimes not even about the disability, but just featuring disability as part of the fabric in life, as part of it. Films that anyone from anywhere can relate to, even without any pre-existing interest in a disability topic. Then the next core principle is a progressive approach to disability. So these films, as I've mentioned, are not your expected typical inspirational films, and we really push the envelope to discuss, to bring to the forefront relevant topics, societal issues that really push the boundaries on the conversation about disability in our society and inclusivity. The next core principle is partnerships. We are trying to reach beyond our choir. We're not preaching only to the choir, we're trying to reach the wider community, people that otherwise might not have interest in the topic of disability or learning more about the topic of disability. So we do so by partnerships, and we do so by partnerships with the organizations that come from all fields of work and life, corporations, educational, academic, arts, culture, and of course disability work as well, but really any topic that can relate and be linked to the topics that are brought up in the films. Another core principle, of course, is the accessibility, and in the wider sense of it. So, of course, all of our films are presented with open captions, individual listening devices for audio descriptions. All of our conversations and non-film programs are accompanied by sign language interpretation, card stenography, what am I forgetting? Really, anything that you can think of. And, but beyond that, we're also accessible in the way that we present our films in multiple venues throughout each area where the festival is being presented. So it will not become one central location for people that want to be part of the community and celebrate cinema and disability and inclusivity to have to come to that one single location. Rather, we are presenting in multiple venues, some of the most prestigious venues in each city. For example, in New York, we are presenting at the Museum of the Moving Image, Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts, Cinema Arts Center in Long Island, Jacob Burns Film Center, and the list goes on and on and on. And then the next core principle, and I'm sorry, and I forgot to mention that another way that we are being accessible in the last 3 years as a result of the pandemic, as a good result of the pandemic, we started also making our films available and conversations available online via streaming in real time and then on demand as well. And our last but not least core principle is following all the films with a non-film programming and conversations that really take the topics that are brought up by the films to the next step and go beyond in the conversation. And since we are dealing really with, let me show you that. Since we are here on a panel of dance and music, I thought I will show you an example, share with you an example of one of the non-film programs. This is actually a great way that we combine the performing arts with film, and we are going to show this year, our festival in New York is April 27th through May 3rd. If anyone is around, please join us. And one of the video art or music video of a kind that we will present is by a group that is called Up Until Now Collective. They are it's an interdisciplinary work that explores and challenges the status quo by building new structure for artistic creation. As I've mentioned, we will present also this year a summit, an industry summit that will focus with the partnership that we have with the Mayor's Office for Media and Entertainment, the New York City Mayor's Office for Media and Entertainment. We are going to host a 2-day industry accessibility summit that will focus not only on film but also on performing arts. And we will feature the work by Up Until Now and other groups that really use technology on stage and off stage to make arts more accessible. And this last slide, I'm not sure if I can, yes. So I'll give you a little taste in the last 2 minutes that I have from a project by the Up Until Now collective, where they take famous opera pieces and create music videos of a sort to make them accessible with sign language and movement. It's called Soul Signs Opera. Please. Can we have the volume? Well, I guess we get the full experience. It's okay, we have captions.
What makes a man a man? What makes a man the man he is? Is it the flesh and bone inside, outside? Is it the skin he wears, the color of his voice, the walk he walks, the talk he talks, inside, outside?
We can.
What makes this man a man?
That's just a little taste. I'll be here, of course, if anyone would like to learn more about ReelAbilities and maybe even bring it to your community, to your locations. I'll be more than happy to explore that. We also have some people planted in the audience, some supporters of ReelAbilities, our host in Mexico City, right here, Rita, and our supporters in New Jersey, Elaine in the back. So please grab one of us and learn more about ReelAbilities.
Great, thank you very much. We're moving on. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Mira POSSERT and Sophie LÖSCHENBRAND from the Wiener Konzerthaus. This is one of the, if not maybe the premier concert venue in Austria. And they are talking to us about a summer music week that they started, I think, in 2019. And we're going to hear all about that now. So please welcome both of them.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you for being here today, and just a quick introduction. My name is Mira POSSERT and this is my colleague Sophie. And we both work at the Wiener Konzerthaus at the education department. And yeah, the Wiener Konzerthaus is one of the leading institutions among the European concert halls. And thanks to its unique combination of tradition and innovative spirit, it has been indispensable for Vienna's cultural life since 1913. And there should be a presentation. Yeah, wonderful. So, yeah, there you can see our house. So our mission is to connect as many people as possible with excellent music in a sustainable way. Apart from the full classical repertoire, we also offer children's concerts, contemporary music, jazz, folk, pop, and film music, and a series of literature readings. So our goal at Wiener Konzerthaus is to make our institution accessible, so that everyone can participate in a local cultural life without any barriers. With a large-scale fundraising campaign in 2018, it was possible to take constructional as well as structural and content-related measures to ensure greater accessibility at our house. In addition to special workshops, the new inclusive format Klang berührt, as well as our Summer Music Week, were launched. Summer Music Week is exactly what we stand for. All people should have the opportunity to shape culture in a self-determined way. Summer Music Week is a central part of our outreach program, and it's important to us that it's free of charge. The annual event will take place for the 5th time this year, and it's aimed at all people with and without disabilities and open to all who already know how to play an instrument, as well as to those who just love music but do not have previous musical experience. For 5 days, participants from the ages of 7 to 99 make music in every concert hall at Wiener Konzerthaus. The workshops include percussion groups, a chamber music group, a band, and a choir. And they take place under the guidance and support of professional musicians. About 80 people take part at Summer Music Week every year, and some of the participants are joining us for the first time. Others have been supporting the house as visitors, subscribers, or members for years. The groups are very diverse, and the musical program focuses on the individual strength and talents of the participants. At the end of the week, every group presents what they have been working on stage in our main concert hall. There is also one musical piece that is performed all together to create one big unit. Friends and parents of the participants, staff and supporters of Wiener Konzerthaus join the closing concert of the workshop week as an audience.
I'll continue now. We believe that the most important aspect of Summer Music Week is that music has the power to connect people, regardless of origin, language, religion, gender, age, or disability. For us, it's really important to create a safe space for all of our participants. Learning from and about each other, sharing collective knowledge, and musical skills are the essential part of our project. In order to successfully implement barrier-free access to Wiener Konzerthaus, we include staff members from every department in our house, and also volunteers who are specially trained in working with people with disabilities. Now a little bit about fundraising. As a private non-profit organization, only 12% of the expenses of Wiener Konzerthaus are covered by public funding. This means, so we still want the Summer Music Week to be free of charge, and the project needs funding by a third party. Until 2022, it was a grant by the Art Mentor Foundation Luzern in Switzerland. And from 2023 on, we are very happy that we gained a new partner. It's the Meyer Mellenhof Group that will thankfully fund summer music from now on. Of course, we know that there is still a lot to do to reach full inclusion at our concert house. One of the biggest challenges is to change a historic building in a way that both the audience and the artists have barrier-free access to all halls and all facilities. We also want to become a role model by becoming more inclusive on stage. That's probably one of the big next steps that we do. It is our goal to support the development of having professional musicians with disabilities in our regular program. This means that we have to implement the idea of inclusion not only in our program and audience, but also as a central part within our mission. As a first step, Summer Music Week is an important statement to open up our huge, very classical institution and make it more accessible for everyone. Now we would like to give you a glimpse of our project. There is a short video about our last Summer Music Week, so please see for yourself. Let's see. Yeah, there you go.
Ich heiße Lisa Rötzer und bin 30 Jahre geworden.
Manuel, Antonia, Sabrina, Maria, Annelie, Mia, Paula,
Gerlinde,
Gottfried und ich freue mich, dabei zu sein.
Ich bin der Ron, bin 42 Jahre und spiele Bass.
Wir singen im Chor. Ich spiele Trommeln, Marimba.
Das Schlagzeug-Solo.
Es sind nicht so viele Regeln. Die Sommermusikwoche ist so cool, weil wir überall herumlaufen dürfen.
Es ist besonders schön, dass es halt bunte Gruppen sind, wie man es sonst nicht hat. Im klassischen Musikkontext ist es meistens sehr strukturiert. Hier ist es aber einfach bunt, jeder kann so sein, wie er will.
Schlagzeug, Crew, Rainbow, Snoop Dogs, Boom Chicka Punks, Musikshop-Sänger, Musikshow, Schürzenjäger, Tupac, Schmetterling Crew.
Und dass es halt unterschiedliche Arten von Musikern gibt. Da gibt es Profimusiker, da gibt es Musiker, die fangen erst an und ja, dann gibt es Fortgeschrittene. Und dieses Zusammenspiel finde ich leibend, ja.
Mir gefällt besonders, dass man zusammen musizieren kann und dass man auch viel ausprobieren kann und nicht nur nach Noten spielt.
Ich finde es sehr schön, mit diesen vielen verschiedenen Menschen zusammen zu sein, mit Kindern und Älteren und Menschen mit Einschränkungen.
Normalerweise sitze ich im Zuschauerraum und jetzt stehe ich auf der Bühne und darf da auch ein bisschen beitragen.
Musik, das ist für mich so einfach was Tolles. Musik ist einfach mein Leben. Ohne Musik kann ich eben nicht leben.
Great.
I'll add one more sentence. The next Summer Music Week will take place from July 5th to 9th. So if anyone wants to join or knows someone in Vienna, friends or family, we would be happy to have you at our house. And you can find us and also the online registration on our website. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you.
So Matthias, I have just one note. We will be happy to watch another video because I got information from the technical staff. We will be happy to watch another video because I got information from technical staff that they found our video, and it is maybe better to watch the video because I more prefer to play than to speak.
That's great. We will watch the video. I'm not sure if we do it right now or maybe later on during the Q&A, if that's okay. The next program point is a little bit of an experiment because the speaker, Lachi, is not here with us in Vienna. She is at home in New York City, I believe, where she got up very early and is hopefully now joining us online. There she is. We're so happy to have you. Welcome.
Hello, thank you. You folks can hear me over there?
Yeah, we can hear you very well. We're very excited to hear about a new project, relatively new project that you started, I believe, which is the Recording Artists and Music Professionals with Disabilities group. Please tell us all about that, and the stage is yours.
Amazing. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. My name is Lachi, she, her, and I'm a Black woman with cornrows, and I identify as blind. I'm very honored to be here and very excited for the award and the privilege to be speaking to you about RAMPed, Recording Artists and Music Professionals with Disabilities. Also very excited to be sharing the stage with some of these other amazing projects, including my my sister in arms, ReelAbilities, also out here in New York, doing a bunch of amazing stuff, also with Up Until Now. And then also really excited to learn more about some of the other projects as well, like Conzerthaus. I will say though, just to throw that out there, it would be super amazing if the video had audio description so that blind viewers would be able to access some of the visuals of the video. But I want to get into RAMPed. So what RAMPed is a global network of recording artists and music professionals with disabilities. I mean, that acronym was a home run. And we connect the music, entertainment, events, and gaming industries as they relate to music to this growing, burgeoning population of music creators, music professionals, and music lovers with disabilities. And the intent behind doing that was to really elevate culture, like has been mentioned. So RAMPed has 3 tenets. We amplify disability culture, we promote inclusion, and we advocate for accessibility. And the question is, well, what do you mean by those things? Well, like we say, what we do is, we're here to showcase to the music industry, which is the industry that generates culture, the industry that generates pop culture. What we want to do is introduce disability narratives to pop culture. And that's what we mean by amplifying disability culture. We know that through professionals who create music and who are actually in the workspace of music, those are the ones who can authentically tell the stories. And so we want to give them the tools to be able to do so. When we talk about inclusion, what we mean is from the green room to the boardroom, from in front of the desk to behind the desk, from those who create music to those who are administrators or executives in music. We want to make sure that disability is represented through the gamut, because we don't just want to make music professionals or music creators. We want to make role models. And the last thing is we advocate for accessibility, whether it is event space and venue accessibility, or whether it is online access, to make sure that the disabled viewer, the disabled fan and attendee, the disabled artist, and also the disabled music staff or event staff feel accommodated from getting into the venue, watching the show, buying the tickets, playing the show, and getting home and not feeling exhausted. Next slide, please. This is my favorite slide where I get to show off some of our amazing musicians. We have world-renowned touring pianist Nicholas McCarthy. We have, in our membership, we have world-renowned violinist Adrian Anantawan. We have world-renowned sign language rapper Wawa Snipe. I myself am a recording artist and songwriter who's worked with and written with names like Apple Da App of the Black Eyed Peas, Alicia Keys, traveled the world for my art. A lot of the members in RAMPed are world-renowned, respectable touring artists in our professional membership. But we also have a broad general community of music lovers and music talent who make our vibrant RAMPed community engine go. Next slide, please. Really at the heart, what RAMPed is we connect the music industry to our music community with disabilities. And, you know, a lot of programs, especially in America, focus on the youth, which I completely understand. The youth are important. But a lot of the times it's, hello, once you turn 18, go figure it out for yourself. And what we do is we want to continue that development and continue giving those job opportunities to the music professionals in that space. But we've also found, especially like I said, in some of the markets that we've approached, that the music and entertainment industry actually want to include disability. They want, as they traverse diversity, they want to include disability. They just have never known where to look at a professional and competitive level. And that is where we are ramped. So one of our main innovative assets as Ramped, like I said, we have a community-based membership where anyone can join of all levels. But we also have a professional membership where we want to make sure that folks that have been peer-reviewed as active and competitive in the music space, whether it is from film and TV music, to hip-hop music, to being an administrator on the admin side of music, are a professional. And what we've created is a platform where the industry can actually come and find our professionals. They can come to our platform at ramped.org and literally click on search for professionals, search our professionals. And they can use that tool to find musicians based on their location, based on their genre, based on their profession. And if they choose to elect, they can find it based on their disability. Because what we're finding more and more is a lot of people are looking to music as culture bearers, which also means that they would like for them to speak as a paid speaker at some of their events. And that's one of the things that we have been able to do for our musicians with disabilities, is not only provide them with musical opportunities and paid work and visibility, but also opportunities to be disability thought leaders in the music space. Next slide, please. Now I get to brag. If you didn't think I was bragging so far, well, I am going to brag now because we are so proud of what we've done. Now, if I haven't said this already, I'm going to say it again. We are maybe like a year and a half old. So I don't know how many babies that you know are a year and a half that have done what we've been able to accomplish in our very short life. So like I've mentioned, we have about 60 professional members that I said are touring, world renowned. You can Google every single one and they're amazing. But we also have 700 or so community members active, promoting what we do, meeting each other, going to community events, active in our Facebook, active on our Instagram and our Discord. We have also, on the industry side, worked, partnered with, or done panel work with, or consulted the Recording Academy, which is our largest music and most prestigious music entity in the US and frankly other nations as well, because we work globally. We just recently made the Grammy Award show have ASL, captioning, ramps, a ramped stage on the actual broadcast show, which airs on CBS and internationally. That was us, we did that. We've worked with Netflix to help make programming for songwriters and composers to be able to speak with Netflix leadership and get their music played on Netflix. We've worked with the National Independent Venue Association. We're in talks with all of the major labels. We're in talks with all of the major entertainment firms and houses to make sure that we can start bringing opportunity, paid, and visibility spots for musicians with disabilities. Also, the media loves us. I mean, we've been featured in Forbes, BBC, everywhere. So we're very excited for the work we're doing. Everyone really loves that we're bringing this culture to the forefront. Next slide, please.
Lachi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Lachi, we love you also so much, and we love hearing everything you have to say. The energy here in the room is bubbling up with your presentation. How many slides do you still have? Because I'm under a little bit of time pressure from the organizers.
No more slides. Let me just finish up.
Okay, cool.
No, hey, thank you so much for cutting me off, because guess what? I could have talked about this for the next 7 years. But listen, we are here. We are a global network, and really what we want to do is we want to get as many professional musicians with any kind of disability in our network. We are disability-led 100%. We are led 75% by women of all different races and genders, and we have people from all different countries. So please, if you know any recording artist, music professional of any level with a disability, deafness, chronic illness, anything of that sort, please tell them that they are welcome here. We would like for them to sign up by going to ramped.org. But if you yourself would like to partner with Ramped, work with any of our already professional musicians or with our community at large, we are so here for it. We're here to work with you. We're here to change the narrative and make change. Please, I think we have one more slide that has our website and our email. Please reach out to us at contact@rampd.org, or you can reach out to me personally at Lachi, L-A-C-H-I, @rampd.org. This is a movement.
Awesome.
We are so excited. Thank you so very much, and that's my time.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Great, folks, you see how wonderful music and creativity is for all of us. Now it's your time to be creative with questions for the panel. I see a hand up there.
Sorry, Matthias, can we play the video?
I want the audience to also ask questions, and we'll do the video again.
Just a short intro into the video. From the right side of the screen, you will see the inclusive orchestra played with Philharmonic Orchestra, big Philharmonic Orchestra. In the second part of video, you will see user who played Beams Interactive on Toby device communicator. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, wow, cool. Yes, thank you very much. We'll have a question over there.
All right. Hi, my name is John Springer. I live in Vienna. I have 2 autistic sons, and we accidentally had one of our best experiences as a family at Vienna Konzerthaus. My older son's been taking violin for 4 years, and his instructor was trying to invite us to a concert they were going to perform. We said 7:30 p.m. in dark at night, probably not the best thing for our kids. She said, why don't you come to our practice? So we came to the dress rehearsal. When when it was lit, it was a much calmer environment. It was much less crowded, and the kids were very relaxed, and they enjoyed watching the full dress rehearsal in that environment. And I was wondering if it's possible to open up rehearsals in the future for neurodiverse and disabled people to attend as a way to engage the community the same way as you're engaging them for the summer series.
Thank you for your question, and it's great to hear that you had a good experience at our house. Concerning dress rehearsals, we could definitely work on that. It's always a little bit unsure how the orchestra or the ensemble will actually work in that moment. Sometimes they close their rehearsal after 15 minutes, and then it's very unpredictable, actually. But we will do a very, I would say, a very big step for us next year. We have a subscription abonnement called Klang berührt, sound feeling, I guess you could translate it. And we will open it up in the afternoon and in the mornings for school classes, and in the afternoon for everyone else who wants to come, to have people come in daylight with a very sensible setting in Schubertsaal. I would say it's about for 150 people. So we're actually working on bringing in people in the afternoon to have like a more comfort zone, I would say, or more safe space in our concert house during the day and not just at night. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Yes, please.
I am Antonio Martinez from Spain. I am the director of a training program for persons with intellectual disabilities at the University of Alicante. And I wanted to make a very short question to you, to the representative of Real International Festival, ReelAbilities. My question is, in your films, in your movies, is disability represented by persons with disabilities? That means the actors are persons with disabilities, and do you include actors with different disabilities, physical, sensorial, also actors with intellectual disabilities, with psychosocial disabilities?
Yes, thank you for your question. ReelAbilities present films by and about people with all different types of abilities and disabilities, including intellectual, mental, physical, and developmental. We also are aiming to showcase as authentic, just only authentic portrayal of people with disabilities. And we definitely give preferential place in our film selection committee to films that actually feature actors with disabilities or filmmakers with disabilities. That's definitely something that we aim to make a greater part of our festival, and we do so by also creating networks and platforms for filmmakers with disabilities and actors with disabilities to have opportunities to be casted. So we're not only working on the presentation of films by and about people with disabilities, we're also doing work year-round to promote and create more work in the field and create these possibilities for people with people with disabilities to make films and be part of films, regardless whether they are about disability or not.
Great, thank you. I know there are a lot of more questions. Unfortunately, our time here is over, but I have to do one thing, because I cannot stand that Renata is here with us on stage without having said a single word. So my last question goes to you, Renata. Okay. When you think about the future, what is the single most important wish you have for your project going into the future? Maybe share that with us here on the stage. You have to click.
I
want a lot, but I want to connect with different nations and different nations, children with disabilities, and make some big group and
You think a big European inclusive orchestra?
yeah,
with
big,
support of professional
world,
maybe world.
inclusion orchestra, and
Great.
I want to make some music with orchestra for peace in the world.
Thank you very much, Renata. This was a beautiful statement. This is the day that it will start, the Global World Inclusion Orchestra. Thank you, everyone, for listening. It was our pleasure.
Thank you, Matthias.
Thank you. Thank you.